Kyle Heyer alongside DJ Clark for this one for you tonight. This is round 2 of the 2023 Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada from the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. It's time to go racing in the start zone. Here we come, 15 minutes on the board. Porsche centers and drivers from all over Canada going racing in the Nürburgring. Here we go, green flag flies, running down to turn 1, 3 abreast already as one of the green and purple cars splits the difference. Is that Phil Bouchard 73? It sure is. Middle of 3 wide into the first corner. Make sure you get through there without making any contact. There's one car turned around. It's the 23. That car is Gustavio Fauzier. He's stuck with the 15 car behind him, but the rest get through without any incident. And there's trouble behind the leaders, and it's a big crash.
Big crash indeed. I think Walter Lamb may have been caught up in that. I see Nathan Bartley falling down through the order. The number 91 looks like they're turned around as well. Big calamity coming down through the Howe Cook. But the front of this field back up to racing speed.
Capitalizing on the pace that he had in his first season.
Yeah, just not able to do it. Oh, we've got another car around. That's Blake Townend there in the number 57.
Yeah, Townend for Porsche Center Winnipeg, a spin. He'll get back rolling, lose 2 more spots to Bourget and Bartley.
And really starting to hassle the back of the 58. I think Lacherit's objective here for probably the next, let's call it 5 minutes, is just be a fly in that rear view mirror. Poke your nose this way and that. See if you can elicit an error out of Razin Fizzoui. And once we get into the last lap, if Fizzoui hasn't blinked, go for the attack.
And Guillaume Levesque is behind, about 1 second back from Lacherit. And then it's Caron and Bouchard that are pretty close in proximity behind even that. So if these drivers waste a lot of time battling amongst themselves, we could bring in a whole other group of cars. You see at the top of that shot there. So we're not done by any stretch, even if these 2 swap positions with those other 3 bearing down. Left of the Tag Heuer timing there at the top of the screen. Here's an issue for Alex Ho in the 84. He's gone around for a loop.
And I wonder there for Alexander if he maybe just brought the car a little bit too powerfully coming out of the corner. Oh no, there was some contact there that sent him around. My apologies there to Alex.
Yeah, that was Gregory Holvesen that I believe got into him here. And see if we can ride on board with Gregory here. Gets to the inside as they get down to the corner. Grabs just a little bit. That's so hard to call, but it did result in Alex going for a little bit of a slide. So,
but it looks like we've had it coming together. That's the 379. That's Chris McGraw turned around.
And Brody Goebel also involved down here. This is at corner number 1. And here's how it happened. Goebel in the number 69. Oh, he actually kind of clobbered the rejoining McGraw, who was already off track. So I thought they had kind of instigated that incident together, but actually they were just kind of finishing their own. The Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada, round number 2, heavy and late on the brakes here for the fast sweeping chicane. Fizzoui, excellent run through there. Lacherit into the final corner, turn 16, right to the rear bumper, but he's not going to be able to do it. Fizzoui, what an excellent drive by Racine Fizzoui in the number 58 for Porsche Center Rive-Sud. Racine Fizzoui wins race 1 of round 2 of the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada from the Nürburgring. Then it's Lacherit, Levesque on the rest of the podium. Andrew Caron, Bill Bouchard, the rest of your top 5. Etienne Leger, Alex Ellis, Suelio Almeida, Matt Adams, and Vincent Trepanier, the rest of your top 10. So here's a look at the session results here. Racine Fizzoui gets it done. We're only going to have a moment to look at this here before the session turns over. But Antoine Lacherit, a strong run. And look at Porsche Center Lausanne. Right in the mix, 2nd and 3rd. Great points for that Porsche Center there, DJ. And Rive-Sud as well, 1st and 5th. That's a good run. Same thing for Markham as well, inside the top 10. Now they accelerate a late green by Vincent Trepanier, and Matt Adams comes over to cover his teammate already. Nose to tail. Look at the 73 sweep to the outside. We're 3 abreast already, heading down to turn number 1. Everybody scatters. The 12 car might lock up the brakes into the first corner. It's chaos down here into the tight bend of turn 1.
And a little bit of contact there. I think that may have been Guillaume Levesque and Etienne Leger, but no harm, no foul. Everybody through the Howe Cook nice and easily as we continue to go 2-3 wide through the rest of the field.
That was a nicely done first sector. That's really challenging to do here with this many cars. But Vincent Trepanier leads. Matt Adams is so tight behind. The field still so far. We're still 3 wide deep in the field. They're getting it sorted out as Adams puts pressure on Trepanier for the top spot here. 06 car started 7th, is 7th. Christopher Cook has had an issue in the number 66, and he's right in the middle of the field as everybody tries to drive around it.
Oh, big stack up there. Looks like Warcup had to take to the gravel trap to try to avoid it. That's going to separate. It looks like about 26th and 27th on back from the field. But, we've got another car spearing off there. I think that's Walter Lamb.
Yeah, Walter Lamb in the 001 gets it back on course, or will get it back on course without much more dramas. Yeah, Curtis Fung has had a problem, and I think you're right about Justin Ream. Let's go back and have a look here at how this transpired. There was contact into the chicane behind the trees there as a couple drivers went off in response to that, but we'll carry on.
Everybody keeps it straight thus far, side by side here.
Trouble! Alex
P2
Ellis
contact.
spins! Ellis spins out of the top 5, and there was contact there up at the front.
Yeah, there was. I think that was Adams and a few getting together. I also see Gustavo Foisier having some problems there as well, so a lot of scruffiness here. Let's take a look at this replay, Kyle.
Yeah, the 5 not quite clear of Adams, and he might have turned in on the 17 just a little bit, but either way, they made contact, and that will drop Alex Ellis to 13th place. Way for that team there. Is there some contact here between Guillaume Levesque, Jean-Guinon Renault, Zoran Savage, and Simon Theriault? Look at this on the back straightaway.
Oh, that had disaster written all over it as now they go Noah's Ark down into the Schumacher S, and that is the 89 machine, elbows fully out, making that move stick. Long road for him to try to make up, but we'll see what he can do. We focus in on his teammate though as we got another car around up through the Coca-Cola curve.
Nicolas Michel, and was that Jean-Philippe Dubois that might have gotten into him there as they came through to the final corner, turn 16. The 11, does he get some help from the 15 car? Ooh, he gets kind of squeezed middle 3 wide there.
Yeah, got to put a little blame on that inside car. Going 3 wide down into that final corner very rarely works. But I'll tell you what, going 2 wide through these corners is certainly entertaining as we keep this battle up in the mid-pack.
Well, Simon Theriault's got a great view of this. He's going to have Alex Ellis to the inside. A little bit of contact there from the number 5. Boots him off to the course. Drops the left side tires in the dirt as ahead of him. Jean-Guinon Renault and Zoran Savage side by side, a touch there. And Guinon Renault's almost going to run off course. He is off course now.
He's able to gather it back up before they get down into the corner, but still he's going to lose 2 positions there. And now it looks like another 15 there of Gregory Hovson trying to be able to make a little bit of a move here going down into Dunlop. Is he going to be able to make that work? I don't think so. Radisavage with a good defensive line down into the corner.
Who uncorked the shaken bottle? He spins the 18 car into the gravel trap.
And I think that is just a little bit of debris on the tires there, that's what forced him around. He definitely tried to be able to get his way into the corner, trying to get the car to do a little bit more than he would have liked to. And Renault doing the right thing here, however frustrating it may be, waiting for those other cars to go on by and then joins the track.
It's such a sickening feeling watching everyone drive by you, but that was exactly the right thing. You see the shaking the head. It's almost a feeling of disgust as there's trouble ahead of him. Cars scattering everywhere as they come. One car on its lid.
And it looks like their Fung may have been involved in that War Cup. I saw Kardashioglu being counted as off. We take a look at the number 27. That's Justin Nazir. Let's see what happened because this was massive calamity.
Oh, there's a couple cars. Oh my goodness. I didn't even really get a good view on who that was, but big impact there as they came out. It was the 4. That was Stephen Warcup who gets just clobbered from behind up and over on his roof in 41st place now, and that is going to be the end of their night for sure.
Yeah, most certainly, and that's really unfortunate to have that kind of incident. There is another car is spun around going down into the Hauk Hook. That's Simon Theriault there. Oh my goodness, the 89. All of these drivers just saving their problems here for this feature race, Kyle.
It's up early in the round. Here comes Phil Bouchard, though, to split the difference on the Mark Motors team. Here he comes for 3rd.
He's going to try to put that move in there. He's going to be side by side in an absolute drag race down the start-finish line. But the good news there for the 73 of Phil Bouchard is he's going to have the preferred line going down to the Hauk Hook if he's able to be later on the binders. It looks like he's going to try to here at this point, and that's going to be Caron trying to get involved in contact there between himself and Legier.
Caron just took that Porsche and jammed it down the inside. A little bit of side-by-side contact, but Bouchard and Caron will get through Etienne Leger as Matt Adams, his teammate, puts pressure, increased pressure now on Vincent Trepanier for the top spot. We still have 21 minutes to go in this race. I can't even imagine packing more action into 30 minutes for the spectators tonight.
0.2 of a second as they come under the bridge. If he wants to poke his nose to the inside here, he could have move. There he goes.
Now the inside, Matt Adams on the brakes, but it's such a tight corner here, and the driver's line, preferred line, goes back to the left, and Trepannier's going to fight him back. A little bit of contact there. Now into the left-hander, and Trepanier holds him off. Adams sees the door open to the inside, though. Will he lunge up the inside at turn 3? He will not. Great defense from Trepanier.
So around a Savage going at it.
Yeah, on board now with Romano, watching these two battle into the hairpin here. And Radosavich will lose that spot. Had some overlap, almost hooked the 15 into the gravel trap, but thought better of it, lifted and facilitated Hovesen going on by. But that was a high-octane maneuver there by the 15 on corner exit, taking that spot with gusto. And has not been able to make any more progress as Adams goes down the inside for the lead and makes contact with Vincent Trepanier and muscles his way by. Adams with a little bit of leaning on him, gets it done and goes to the lead. With Trepanier, here's a look at it again as they enter turn number 1. Adams kind of drifts off the apex there a little bit and then slams the door shut. Didn't leave him a lot of racetrack left.
Tried to cover off that run from Vincent Trepanier. Didn't really need it. A little bit of front to end almost contact there.
Oh, I think he did hit him there, and it got the 17 a little destabilized mid-corner. But now he misses the apex there as Adams clobbers the curb. Sparks sailing out from underneath that 992 Generation Cup car. It is game on up front, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, it is absolutely race on, and that's a mistake there out of the 87.
I don't know, was it a mistake or did Bouchard give him the boot? Let's have a look.
Let's have a look indeed. That's Bouchard down to the inside.
He just beat him there.
Yeah, he just beat him there, and I think Trepanier had to get out of the way.
Yeah, Bouchard later on the brakes there, and yeah, Trepanier just had to leave the door open. That was an expert pass there by Bouchard just to focus on the racetrack, and for Bouchard it's working. Here he comes for the top spot into the chicane, forces Adams to brake a little later. Bouchard is putting the pressure on Adams now, as Adams did to Trepanier. Here he comes to the inside in the final corner. Bouchard to the top spot.
Oh, that was brilliant from Phil Bouchard here, Kyle. He never had any intention of trying to make that pass going through the NGK chicane. Instead, he wanted to do exactly what you said, make Matt Adams brake late, and he did, but now Adams back on the attack.
And look at how late he braked. Is it too late into turn 1? Caron to the outside as well. Bouchard pretty conservative on the binders here, but Adams keeps the overlap to the inside. He's going to make contact and spin Bouchard around.
Oh my goodness gracious, contact up at the front of the field. Bouchard sent around back down into 8th. He's going to be able to gather the car and keep going, but absolute calamity at the front.
Oh boy, I wonder how they're going to view this. He was there, but by how much? That's not a call I'm willing to make. Balls and strikes,
nope.
DJ.
Nope, I don't want to make that call. I do not envy race control here today.
Will it be a crossover here? Oh, Adams locks up, and to the inside goes Caron, and Adams drops 1, 2, 3 spots in one corner, and Trepanier muscles his way back by. They're going to make contact once, twice, maybe thrice here through turn number 2.
Banging and bumping and banging as they come down through the arena section. It looks like that Matt Adams is going to be able to hold that out, and you called this perfectly, Kyle. He just outbraked himself going into the corner. That
was what Caron was trying to do. He was going to cross him over either way, but now Adams is on the defense from the guy that he muscled out of the way a little while ago. Antoine Lacherit watching from 5th place as these two tangle for 4th. Make that 3rd as they head down into the corner.
Yeah,
contact from behind, Etienne Leger. Oh, he spins.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's Leger facing the wrong way around on the circuit.
What is going on tonight? Is it a full moon in Germany tonight? Look at this. Etienne Leger sees the door open here as 21 breaks in behind. It just gets in there too hot and loops it around.
Once again, that's a very tough move to judge there.
Accelerating the flat 6 engine out of the final corner, Andrew Caron wins the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada Round 2 from the Nürburgring. Fuzui behind him in 2nd by 0.3 of a second. Here's a look. Andrew Caron for Porsche Center Halifax, Racine Fuzui for Porsche Center Rive Sud, and Matt Adams for Porsche Center Mark Motors. Those are your top 3, your podium finishers in the 2nd race. Vincent Trepanier, has to be said, did an excellent job defending. I think he got the elbow shown to the chest there at one point, but he did a great job not making things worse. Top 5 for the 87. What a fantastic night of racing for the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada. Thanks again to Grid Engineering, to Porsche Canada, to Tag Heuer, as well as Bose and Apex V2R. I'm Kyle Heuer alongside DJ Clark. Next week, I'll be absent, but we'll be holding down the action for you here just the same. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at round number 3, Sebring International Raceway, next week for the 3rd round of the Porsche Esports Sprint Challenge Canada. We'll see you there.